Good evening, viewers. We are coming live to you from the CNN News 18 Prime Time studio presented by Green Lamb Laminates, and you're watching the Hard Facts with me, Akanksha Swaroop. The Delhi Dangal has now reached Uttar Pradesh, with Samajwadi Party Supremo Akhilesh Yadav joining the latest war of words, criticizing Yogi Adityanath for his remarks on the cleanliness of river Yamuna in Delhi. Yadav challenged the Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister to take a sip from the Yamuna water that flows through Mathura in Uttar Pradesh. Adityanath had targeted Kejriwal, accusing him of turning the river into a dirty drain and not cooperating in its cleanup under the Namami Gange project. But soon after, Akhilesh Yadav jumped to the defense of Arvind Kejriwal, and Adityanath trained his guns at the Samajwadi Party chief. Adityanath has accused Akhilesh Yadav for disrespecting people's religious sentiments following his remarks on the Maha Kumbh, also bringing back the horror of the 1990 massacre of the Karsevaks. Yogi stuck to the Hindutva pitch. And viewers, he also reminded attendees that this was the same party which had the blood of the Karsevaks on its hands. In fact, the Samajwadi Party was accused of opposing everything, be it the Ram Mandir or the naming of the international airport at Ayodhya after Maharishi Valmiki. Moreover, for the Aam Aadmi Party, which during this election campaign is out to prove that it is no less than the BJP, but look at the timing. Yogi Adityanath has brought BJP's fiery war cry to Delhi elections of 2025, one that's reminiscent of his firebrand rhetoric during the Maharashtra elections, which, by the way, the BJP swept with brute majority. So at a time, the Aam Aadmi Party too is trying to leverage itself as a soft Hindutva power. Is its ally, the Samajwadi Party, doing more harm than good? We'll deep dive into that question in just a bit.
आप देख रहे होंगे समाजवादी पार्टी के अध्यक्ष का पूर्व मुख्यमंत्री का बयान महाकुंभ को लेकर के जब पूरा देश और पूरी दुनिया प्रयागराज की धरती की ओर आकर्षित हो रही है, तब ये रोज महाकुंभ के बारे में दुष्प्रचार करते हैं।
कुंभ और प्रयागराज वो स्थान नहीं है जहां पर राजनीति और राजनीतिक कार्यक्रम और फैसले लिए जाएं। कैबिनेट ही पॉलिटिकल है।
अरविंद केजरीवाल जी से मैं पूछना चाहता हूं, क्या यमुना जी में वह भी अपने मंत्रियों के साथ जाकर के स्नान कर सकते हैं क्या? अगर उनमें नैतिक साहस है तो उनको इसका जवाब देना चाहिए।
Let's also take you to the kind of attacks that this Mahakumbh Dangal is in fact witnessing in the national capital. Yogi Adityanath has in fact gone on to claim that Samajwadi Party is spreading negativity about the Mahakumbh festival. Since day one, Samajwadi Party media cell in fact went on to say that UP cabinet has tarnished the sanctity of the river Ganga. They are worse than Chhapris. That was in fact the reference to the entire Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister and his cabinet. Yogi Adityanath, on the other hand, has gone on to accuse the Samajwadi Party of playing with India's beliefs and the faith of millions of people. Akhilesh Yadav, in fact, has lashed out saying Mahakumbh or Prayagraj is not the place to take political decisions. This was, of course, a potshot at the cabinet meet that had happened when the Chief Minister went for the Ganga Snan. Now, Yogi Adityanath has gone on to also attack Arvind Kejriwal at his maiden poll rally yesterday in Delhi. He said that Kejriwal does not have guts to take a dip in the river Yamuna like my cabinet. Akhilesh Yadav, in fact, jumped to the rescue of Kejriwal and in fact said that he dares him to sip the water from Yamuna, which flows through Mathura in Uttar Pradesh. Now, Yogi Adityanath said that the Samajwadi Party is the same party whose hands are stained with the blood of the Karsevaks. Om Prakash Singh, the Samajwadi Party MLA, has said that water and arrangements are bad. money is also being looted in the name of Mahakumbh. So those are the kind of allegations. And as far as this Delhi Dangal so far, which seemed to be limited to BJP, Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress, is now in fact becoming a larger war with yet another, the Aam Aadmi Party ally, the Samajwadi Party, now jumping to their rescue. Now that Delhi Dangal is in Delhi, can Yogi factor in fact boost the BJP? That's a question I'll be posing to my guests tonight. I'm joined in by Shazia Ilmi, who's the national spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party. I'm joined in by Mr. Nishant Anand, who's a spokesperson for the Aam Aadmi Party, who's also going to be joining us in just a bit. Tariq Khan, who's a spokesperson for the Samajwadi Party, and Rajat Sethi, who's a political analyst, all joining me today. Many thanks to you for joining in, Shazia and the gentlemen. Tariq, I just want to ask you, why such disrespect and disregard for the Ganga Snan of the Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister and his entire cabinet?
Now, what is the responsibility of a Chief Minister must be understood by these people themselves. Now, if they are not able to understand what is their responsibility, it's the responsibility of the opposition to come and make them realize that yes, you are there to make arrangement for the people. There have been problems with toilets. The GNT many times said about Ganga purity. They have claimed, they have ordered and said the district magistrate of Varanasi, why not to display and why not to put a board that this is not a pure Ganga. So these are the problem over there. People are coming and this is the responsibility of the state government to provide the facilities. So if they are not capable to provide those facilities to the people who are coming to Mahakumbh, it's the responsibility of the opposition to highlight those things. Likewise,
but what is the responsibility? I just want to ask you quickly. I also want to bring to your attention, is it also not the responsibility of the opposition to maintain a moral code of conduct? Because I just want to also quote the tweet that's gone out of the Samajwadi Party's media cell.
Okay.
And it can, no, I'm going to read it out. I'm going to read it out.
I know
सड़क
very
छाप
well. That will
तरीके
take
से
time.
गंगा मैया की मर्यादा को तार करके भाजपाइयों ने अपने संस्कार प्रदर्शित किए हैं. सड़क छाप छपरी लौंडे से बदतर है ये सब. इन्हें ना धर्म का ज्ञान है ना मर्यादा का भान है, बस ये धर्म का ढोंग करते हैं. Even if you call it hypocrisy, what explains the use of terms like sadak chhap? What explains the terms like chapri?
Let me say something, like, give me 10 seconds. This is the responsibility of the media to show the both side, angles of the both side. Now, what Deputy CM has said yesterday, आपको पता है? आपको पता ही नहीं है, आप सुनती नहीं है. मौर्य ने कहा अखिलेश यादव मंद बुद्धि हैं.
Please, do not underestimate what we listen or we don't. But I want a response for this language, this extremely unparliamentary language.
Tell me what Deputy CM said yesterday.
No, I want to ask you, what explains the use of such unparliamentary language?
Means you are given this advantage to the ruling party to use any type of language. Okay, Deputy CM.
No, I'm going to ask Shazia as well. Okay. Shazia is very much on the panel.
Let me say as it is what Deputy CM said yesterday. Not day before, 10 days or 20 days. Yesterday he said कि अखिलेश यादव क्या कम अकल हैं, मंदबुद्धि हैं. What you're saying to the ex-chief minister, the third largest party in the parliament. This language is very good. That would be understandable because it has been said by Bharatiya Janata Party. It's all right. They have all the advantages.
But by calling the arrangements or the Maha Kumbh being juxtaposed with, arrangements as being labelled as sadak chhap, you are in fact placing a trap for yourself by questioning the faith of all those crores of people who are flocking there with their astha.
Why we cannot raise question to a chief minister? He's a chief minister or not? Yogi Adityanath is a chief minister. You cannot play double role. Listen what BJP is doing. He's trying to play. BJP trying to play Yogi Adityanath in double role. Now,
right, Shazia, I've given you ample time. Tariq, I've given you ample time. Let's also listen in. Thank you for setting the tone to this debate. Let me quickly bring in Shazia. Shazia, how would you respond to this tit-for-tat warfare that's happening, and you heard the defense that's come in for that kind of language that's been sent out by the Samajwadi Party media cell. They are now questioning the Deputy Chief Minister.
I think it's very unfortunate, but I don't blame them, because they have their back to the wall and people can see what's happening. They can see this grand and beautiful organization of Kumbh Mela, the significance of which cannot be undermined, whether it's ritualistic or the connect with science, astronomy and the faith of millions of Indians. And I think somewhere the way it's been done, and it's become such a great attraction, global attraction so to speak, says a lot for itself. And Mulayam Singh Yadav and his entire Kunba, late Mulayam Singh Yadav and his entire Kunba, including his son Akhilesh Yadav, they have never respected a religion only because of their own political interests and vested interests. And I think to make remarks like this and to undermine the arrangement, the organization and the scale at which this is happening, and to make light of it.
No, it's not even making light of it. It is insulting, it is derogatory, it is deplorable and condemnable to say the least, Shazia. I think had it been just a regular affair, I don't think it would have drawn the ire, but this is going to draw the ire of all those millions and millions of Hindus who are, in fact, even if they are not flocking, they are observing each and every word that's being used. Sadak chap, chapri.
Yeah. Absolutely. So I don't know why they would do it. I think it pleases some people, but I can tell you nobody should be pleased with this, because you're mocking the faith of Indians, thousands and crores and scores of believers, of devotees, for people who it means something to them. You know, I'm a Muslim, but you know, I want to go there. I want to know what, there's a draw. It draws me and I'll be going the day after. So we make arrangements. It is so special. And the best thing you can do is to respect people's faith and go along with it and make sure that such a huge event is conducted marvelously. Nobody should say that
absolutely.
India is incapable
in fact,
of organizing
that is how
these
the
events.
state
So we should
government
be
is
proud of
looking at it. Tariq, this is how the state government's at least selling it. They are saying that it is a festival of equality. I'll quote the term, Samajik Samta ka Mahaparv. That is how it has in fact been quoted.
Yeah.
So, Tariq, everything said and done, do you endorse that tweet that has been sent out by the Samajwadi Party's media cell?
Tell me one thing.
Do you endorse? I'm asking you a very simple question. It hurts.
Let me put it in this way.
It hurts when you will not speak the truth. In all honesty, tell me, do you endorse the terms chapri, the term sadak chap?
2013, the Kumbh was organized by Samajwadi Party. Okay. Rajnath Singh, the then BJP leader, went there. मैं जवाब दूंगा.
Do you endorse this language? I will only listen to you. First you respond to what I am asking you. Do you endorse this tweet? Do you endorse this tweet?
बिल्कुल endorse कर रहे हैं.
All right, I've got my response. इसके आगे तो कुछ सुनना ही नहीं है फिर तो.
Let me quickly bring. No, आपने हाँ ना सुनने को बुलाया था. अब मैं जा सकता हूँ. अब मैं जाऊँ. आपने हाँ ना सुनने के लिए बुलाया.
No, I am going to circle back to you. I have two other gentlemen who've been. Tariq,
can I leave?
Tariq, I give you. Tariq,
this should not be the way. You just want to put words in my mouth and then you are moving forward.
I'm just horrified that you are endorsing such unruly language being peddled by your party.
I want 10 seconds. I'm asking for 10 seconds.
Go ahead. Take 15.
Rajnath Singh went there and tell a lot about mismanagement of Kumbh. In 2013, KP Maurya was also there, the now Deputy CM. So those statements was against Samajwadi Party or against Sanatan? That was against Samajwadi Party. Now then Rajnath Singh can say anything about the arrangement as a responsible opposition. That was all right.
Jog our memories. What did he say about the arrangement?
he said a lot about those arrangements.
Quote
यहाँ पर इंतजाम
verbatim.
नहीं है, mismanagement
हाँ,
है,
mismanagement है. क्या
I have all the
उन्होंने
things
did
in my bag.
he use the term छपरी और सड़क छाप? I am just appalled by the language. Even if you have to make a point, make it in a dignified manner. I am all for it.
अगर उस एक्ट को कहा गया है कि ऐसा लग रहा था, आपको ना लगता होगा, हमें लग रहा है, हम अपनी बात कह रहे हैं. We have all the right. And we are not saying to
Nishant Anand, I want to now quickly bring you in. All right,
Minister.
Nishant Anand, I quickly want to bring you in. How do statements like these go down for your party? On one hand, you are in fact talking about honorariums for, you know, the priests. On the other hand, you're also talking about temple demolition. Everybody is talking about Aam Aadmi Party's Astha also during Delhi election campaigning, that okay, it's a very religious party, and why is the BJP only being labelled as a party that talks about Hindutva? Even the Aam Aadmi Party respects the sentiments of the Hindus. But then you have people like Akhilesh Yadav and the Samajwadi Party which are peddling such narrative jumping to your rescue.
Good evening to everybody. See, I'll start by saying BJP. There are several incidents in BJP party wherein they have abused women. I can give you a recent example. Ramesh Vedudi abused our honorable CM Atishi parents and said wrong things about Priyanka Gandhi. And he has also in parliament said a very bad statement, which I cannot say on a live channel about Muslim community. So people like BJP has set this trend. Now, other people, other parties have to answer them because they've been harassing, they've been bullying all the other opposite parties. So what is the agenda of BJP today? Let's talk about Delhi elections.
If you're talking about women-related issues, I'm sure they can question and turn the whole argument around
I'm
and
only
say
here to answer.
Swati
I'm only here
Maliwal's
to
case
answer.
is also there. If we are
Very
talking
simple
about
answer.
women
Very simple answer.
and women being disrespected,
Not
why
at all.
wasn't
If you
Bibhav Kumar till date? What is he still doing?
I'll answer. If you see the video of Swati Maliwal that she posted and we posted, she was abusing Biplab Kumar. She was abusing the security people. She was threatening the security people.
Even if she
Second answer.
was
Let me
abusing,
complete.
did that merit the kind of the violence that she had to bear?
There was no violence.
No, let
She
me
has
come
no
in. I just want to
total.
come
She
in
has
and I want
not
to ask.
posted a
No,
video
then
where
why did
anybody
Sanjay
from
Singh?
Aam Aadmi Party
Why did
was
Sanjay Singh?
was being wrong.
Why
She
did
abused Biplab Kumar.
Why
She
did
threatened
Sanjay Singh
security
admit?
people.
Why did
Third
Sanjay
answer,
Singh?
she said her ankle broke and third day she was
First,
playing
the
the
name is not
badminton.
Viplav, it's
There was a
Vibhav.
picture of that. We need to understand BJP as a party has abused women, has not worked. Okay, let me give an example. 20 states they have a government.
I'm assuming you're referring to
24
Bibhav Kumar.
No. I am saying Swati Maliwal abused and threatened people of Aam Aadmi Party and the security people. You need to hear me carefully. And please don't interrupt me for 20 seconds. I'm saying 20 states BJP has the government. 0 state has 24 electricity, 24 hour. 0 state has a government school which they can go and show as in Delhi as their model and ask for the vote. They are only abusing and blaming the opposition party. Aam Aadmi Party delivered on education, healthcare. We can show you tomorrow morning the schools we created, the hospitals, 24 hours electricity, 200 unit, free electricity, water connections,
All
3
right.
lakh plus CCTV
All
cameras.
right.
We have done it.
All right. I'm going to take that with Shazia. Shazia, because this is the big charge that's coming from Arvind Kejriwal. He is in fact almost challenged the Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister and the entire BJP that can you replicate the model, the electricity model per se, even the education model, especially in none of the 20 states where BJP is ruling, can they replicate their electricity model?
God forbid that we have to have the Delhi model. Please, do we want landfills of just waste and garbage? And Arvind himself has said this and admitted that I'm sorry I failed. And this is his speech in which he said that I'm sorry I failed to give clean water. I'm sorry I failed to provide and make decent roads. I'm sorry I was not able to fulfill my promises. And so what is he talking about? The fact of the matter is, the fact, and as for schools,
Nishant,
be quiet,
Nishant,
be quiet.
you didn't want anybody
quiet,
to be
sir.
speaking
Be quiet.
over you. I
But she
ensured,
interrupted me.
yes, I ensured that, you know, you are given your time. Let her have her time.
Yeah,
to
and
speak.
I was quiet and he spoke for a very long time. Yes. And as far Yamuna is concerned, Kejriwal himself said that next time I will do it for 10 years, and he swore that he will never have to repeat this promise because he will fulfill it, and he refused to take a dip. In fact, Virendra Sachdeva, the head of BJP, did, and he was unwell for 4 days. He had to be admitted because there were rashes. You look at Yamuna right now, you look at the water from the taps, you go out and see broken streets and khadanjas, you just see what's going on. So there can't be any comparison, and you can't keep deflecting. When it comes to Delhi and what Delhi eyes deserve, what is the budget, what they are getting, what is the subsidy, you have to give clear answers. You can't prevaricate, you can't deflect, you can't make it about everything else, you can't obfuscate, and that's exactly what they're doing. Every time you talk about Delhi, they go all over all over the place. Why can't they give basic answers as to what's happened to Yamuna? What's happened to 600 crores that were given and used for cleaning Yamuna? They have no answers. Why did 1 lakh students fail? The highest number ever in the government schools in class 9.
All right.
How come
I see
620
Nishant wants to
schools
respond
do
to
not
that.
have-
Nishant,
do not
quickly
have
go
principals
ahead.
and teachers.
Can you give me
Right.
30
So,
seconds without
and
interruption?
last thing,
This is
last
an
thing.
article-
All right.
All right,
All right,
last thing,
let her make her last point. Let her make her
10
last
seconds.
point.
Do you know, I want to tell you and all your viewers right now that in the last 10 years, the budget for advertising, which is paid again by the Delhi's middle class and all those who pay taxes, has gone up 4,200%. Not 50%, 400%, 4,000%. That's the kind of budget that's
All right.
used.
Now
and
let's
you and
listen
I
into
pay
what Nishant has to say.
promote
Nishant,
these
please
people.
go ahead. I have a question also for you, but I'll let you
Okay.
make that point.
So I'll give you 5 key points. This is an article in Hindustan Times 2023. Supreme Court charged fine of 58 crore rupees to UP government, Agra Nagar Nigam for polluting Yamuna. 65 sewage tunnels were open.
But you are in charge of Delhi.
Point
Why don't
number
you
2.
talk
Please
about
don't
Delhi?
interrupt me. Please
Right.
don't interrupt
Shahzad,
me.
let him make
Second-
his point. Let's just listen to what he's saying.
Second point, in 400 unit electricity in Delhi is 845 rupees. In Maharashtra, it is 4,400 rupees. It's an example. Haryana, 3,600 rupees. Now I'll come to education. We have constructed more than 40 plus new schools to 22,700 new classrooms. I'll come to healthcare. We have created 530 mohalla clinics and several new hospitals. Now I'll come to water. We have done 4,000 kilometers for water pipeline, 6,000 kilometers for sewage pipeline. For security, we have 4 lakh cameras installed in Delhi. None of the state in India has any of these
But
points that I
Nishant,
mentioned.
today itself, in fact, Arvind Kejriwal has gone on to say that I request the Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister to guide the Honorable Home Minister in terms of law and order, considering that he's decimated crime in Uttar Pradesh.
Correct.
So isn't that a silent acknowledgement of Yogi's own capabilities in tackling crime in Uttar Pradesh?
No, Arvind ji meant that Home Minister Amit Shah ji should learn, and his eyes should get open and see 3 lakhs murders. Crimes have increased in 2024.
Oh, absolutely not. I can quote him verbatim. He's used the term, I request the Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister to guide the Home Minister to tackle
Correct,
the
that's what
law
I
and
said.
order situation, which means he's acknowledging that Adityanath has managed to tackle the crime rate in Uttar Pradesh, right?
Better than Delhi, yes, because Delhi law and order is with Home Ministry Amit Shah ji. He is right. I agree on that. There is no problem with that statement. We need to understand law and order is under center government, Amit Shah, Home Ministry. There is 55% of crime which has increased in Delhi. There are several threats have been made to Arvind ji and several complaints we have given. Now I'll come back to the points which राजनीति क्या होती है कि जो जनता की सुने काम करे. So Aam Aadmi Party promised, gave guarantee and fulfilled it. And whatever we have not been fulfilled, we have holded hands.
All right, let me now bring in Rajat Sethi. Rajat, my apologies for having you wait, but thank you for so patiently awaiting your turn. I want to ask you, when this kind of political rhetoric around Mahakumbh that's doing the rounds, especially coming in from the opposition party, like Samajwadi Party primarily right now, how is it going to go down with the Purvanchali voters, which are being wooed at the moment by both ends of the political spectrum?
I don't think Samajwadi Party cares about what is going to happen in Delhi. They wanted to make a sly remark, go rather below the belt in terms of attacking the government, and I believe that was a limited objective. They failed to understand that Kumbh is a momentous occasion, and even in 2012, I remember when I was studying at Harvard, we had conducted a special study. We published a book and we invited Akhilesh Yadav to come over and present his views as to how he conducted Kumbh Mela. He should carry the same spirit. See, certain events in our nation's lifetime are of momentous times when you can, celebrate how well we can organize such events at such vast scales, which the world can see it as an example. This was the reason why we took an extra step to actually document how UP government back in 2012-13 was able to successfully conduct this. That should be the spirit. Going and talking about these terms, I mean, this is what will flash around the world news, that this is what opinion Akhilesh Yadav has about Kumbh Mela. I don't expect him. He's an educated man with a worldview.
All right. I want to bring
below him.
I want to bring Tariq Khan on that note. And Tariq,
who says that?
While you respond, एक second, listen to the question that I also want to pose. Another allegation that's coming from the Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister is that the Samajwadi Party is anti-Dalit, that you don't want to in fact celebrate or help or acknowledge the birthplace of Guru Ravidas. He's also alluded to the rape case in Ayodhya and that the rapist belonged to Samajwadi Party Moin Khan, and then instead of supporting the Dalit girl, you were demanding that a DNA test be conducted. These kind of allegations at a time when the Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister is trying to make the Maha Kumbh a grand festival of equality, also making a special outreach to the scheduled caste and the Dalits. How is this now going to reflect upon your party?
Now, first of all, I would like to thank Mr. Technical analyst, whoever he is, I don't know his name, that he said Rajat Sethi ji, thanks. तो कि दुनिया ने तारीफ की 2013 की कुंभ की और उसके लिए मैं उनको शुक्रिया करता हूँ। अब मैं ये पूछना चाहता हूँ कि क्या बीजेपी ने कोई एक्शन लिया? You said about the rapist of Mohit Khan, you asked about that. बीजेपी हरियाणा प्रेसिडेंट के खिलाफ एफआईआर होती है, उनका नाम रेप केस में आता है और वो गैंग रेप में उनका नाम आता है। What did BJP has said? There is a comparison. आप कंपेयर करिए, एक प्रदेश का अध्यक्ष ये काम कर रहा है, BJP is completely silent. They said nothing has happened. Even the minister, the senior minister has said that he should step down. At least the probe should happen. So this is the behavior and attitude of Bharatiya Janata Party towards rape. What I have to said that अभी बीजेपी के प्रवक्ता ने कहा कि नेताजी and his son never respected religion. बीजेपी स्पोक्सपर्सन ने कहा कि हिंदू रिलीजन की वो बात कर रही थी. अच्छा, he never respected. So why you have given मुलायम सिंह नेताजी to the second highest respect in the country? Why Bharatiya Janata Party giving respect to Netaji, even though you are saying that he is not respecting the religion? You said that he is not respecting the religion. And
all right, let me bring in Shazia on that note. I'm sure you've posed your question. I'm sure Shazia deserves to come up with that.
Okay, yes, okay. First of all, Tariq, it must be embarrassing for you right now, right? To hear Aam Aadmi Party talk about Kejriwal praising Yogi Ji and taking advice from Yogi Ji as to how well he has handled the state affairs in UP. Of course, he was doing it to spite Amit Shah ji, but little embarrassing for you, right? Considering that you put all your weight behind Aam Aadmi Party. But moving from there, whether it's Moin Khan or Nayab Yadav, what has been the stand of your party? We all know what it stands for. We all know what's happening in UP. And it's for everybody to see. I am from UP, Tariq. So what are you saying? No, one thing. And it's not about respecting a religion or not. It's about constantly appeasing and appealing to a religion only to get something out of them, which is votes, and to stay in power, and then use it to denigrate the others. And at this point of time, something so important, magnificent, momentous, historical, which is the Kumbh Mela, and to use very shameful language, which is quite unpardonable. You are together, holding people of the country together, and you should be seen like that in times like this when something big is happening. And, incur the blessings of all. Why do you want to do this and incur the wrath,
right.
and bad wishes of people?
No, and bad wishes, and use such foul language and mock. My prime concern is mock the religiosity of people.
Okay, let me put.
And
let me put it
Tariq,
like this
before
way.
and
Yeah.
let me
Let me
club.
say one
Let me
thing.
also
10
club.
seconds, 10 seconds.
Okay,
10
no.
seconds.
Om Prakash Singh, your own honorable MLA, in fact, has gone on to talk about how the water in the Ganga is extremely cold. What do they expect? Steamers to be arranged over there? What? It's bound to be cold. It's been cold for centuries. So it's not just cold. A person will die after taking a dip in Kumbh. The water there is bad and arrangements are also bad. Money is being looted in the name of organizing Kumbh. This government is cruel.
That's what was the expense at that time when Kumbh was organized at our time? Near about 1,000 crore. You are not able to provide facilities to the people by spending more than 7,000 crore. Now, you want that we should start praising Bharatiya Janata Party? No, this is not the responsibility. And Yogi Adityanath is not a synonym of Kumbh.
All right. I have
He's
to
not a
quickly-
synonym of Kumbh.
All right. Shazia, I want
And
to
he
bring in
cannot
Nishant.
be. He cannot be.
And Shazia, do you want to respond? Those are going to be your closing thoughts, and I'll go over to Nishant and Rajat.
Yeah, so right now all knives out, and Kejriwal is using everything under the sun to humiliate BJP, and that also includes everything is fair play. If foul play is also fair play for them, and of course Akhilesh not to be left far behind because he's backing Kejriwal to this extent that they're ready to go down to mocking, denigrating the faith, religiosity and religious expression of people.
All right.
Instead of being with the people, and instead of looking at the small petty political gains at this point of time, which is very unfortunate and sad.
Nishant, I would really like to know the Aam Aadmi Party's thoughts on the kind of language that has been used for the Maha Kumbh, because I'm sure on one hand, if you are honoring the pujaris with those honorariums and talking about temple demolition, and your own chief convener is making runs to the Hanuman temple, I'm sure it really doesn't suit you or your party to be endorsing that kind of language where Mahakumbh and those who are taking the holy dip are being referred to as chapris.
Ma'am, Aam Aadmi Party doesn't endorse any foul language, but BJP, it is funny that they do not even have the right to comment on anybody's foul language because their leaders have done it multiple times.
Sadak chhap,
As I
chapri,
said,
what does that
ma'am,
explain?
you don't
I
interrupt
would
BJP
have,
spokesperson.
No, I
You
do
not
because
interrupt
I'm just
BJP
appalled by
spokesperson.
the language and
This
how
is
we are
very bad.
endorsing this
You
language.
don't interrupt. Give me
Nishant,
30
are
seconds,
we
then you
endorsing
interrupt
that
me.
language?
I said Aam Aadmi Party doesn't endorse any foul language. That's what I said in the beginning.
All
But
right,
I said
thank
it
you.
is funny that BJP is commenting on it. The BJP is on the top list where they have abused Muslim community. Do you want me to say what Ramesh Bajuri said in the parliament? Do you want me to say what other leaders have said multiple times? They have called people Atangwadi. They have considered street roads as Priyanka Gandhi Gal. They have
All right.
misused
I want to
multiple
quickly
times.
give Rajat Sethi time to
Ask
just
the
zero
question
in
to
on the
BJP
thoughts.
spokesperson about this
Rajat?
comment.
I think, Rangsha, in all honesty, the Samajwadi Party and the top leadership of Samajwadi Party should actually go out and criticize the statement, whosoever did it, etc. This doesn't behove well, and Akhilesh Yadav has a promising political future. Such things are a blot on his career, and he should avoid doing that. He should pose himself as a responsible opposition, where a fair amount of criticism can come in from the opposition in the right terms in parliamentary language, which is absolutely acceptable. No issues with that. If he can actually go out and help
Right.
some of the deputies who are coming to the Kumbh Mela, all the better. Try and improve the efforts over there. Try and set a positive example. This is what UP needs now, instead of the language that was actually used.
In fact, the bypolls are on. So, in fact, I'd also make an appeal to not just people in Delhi who will be casting their vote on 5th, but also all those who are now looking towards these bypolls. I think apart from the freebies that we enjoy, it's also time to, in fact, elect respectful leaders over there who are in power and who can respect people's religious sentiments as well. Many thanks to you, Shazia and the gentlemen, for joining in. Thoroughly appreciate your presence on the hard facts. But that's not all. As the investigation in the Saif Ali Khan attack case continues, the judicial custody of the accused has been extended till 29th of January. It has been 7 days. Mind you, it's been over a week now since the attack happened on the actor, but several questions remain unanswered. CNN News 18, in fact, accessed the medical report of Saif Ali Khan from Leelavati Hospital, and let me quote what it says. It says that Saif Ali Khan was stabbed, but 5 times. Earlier, remember, it was being said that he was stabbed 6 times. Saif was stabbed in the back, his wrist, and even his neck. Saif also was stabbed in the shoulder and elbow. These injuries ranged from 0.5 centimeters to 15 centimeters in size. Saif Ali Khan was also admitted by his friend and manager Afzal Zaidi. That's a new claim that has now surfaced, because so far reports were indicating that he was accompanied by his 2 sons Ibrahim and Taimur. Now Saif was brought to the hospital at 4:11 a.m. Now compare this to what the doctors told us last week. The doctors had claimed that Saif was brought to the hospital by his son Taimur. Now the medical report in fact goes on to indicate that he was brought in by his friend and manager Afzal Zaidi. Doctors' claim is that Saif was brought to the hospital around 2 a.m. The medical report now says that Saif was brought to the hospital at 4:11 a.m. So over 100-minute gap. That has still not been explained. What was being done to the actor in this period of over 100 minutes between the attack and his admission? The doctors have claimed that Saif Ali Khan suffered 6 incised wounds. That now the medical report is going on to say that he was stabbed 5 times and not 6. It's not just the medical report that has raised several questions. Even Saif Ali Khan's statement has added a new twister. He says that he was with Kareena Kapoor Khan in their room on the 12th floor. Remember, his children were on the 11th floor, and only when they heard the noise from the 11th floor between 2:30 a.m. and 2:40 a.m. is when he rushed to the 11th floor. Earlier, doctors had said that he was brought to the hospital around that time. So there's this discrepancy about the timeline as well. The caretaker, an unknown man seen near Jay's room and seeing the knife in the man's hand, that is when Saif Ali Khan jumped at him. Saif caught hold of the attacker, but was, of course, the attacker retaliated, and so Saif was attacked. Then the question emerges, how did the attacker even escape? CNN News 18 spoke to the father of the attacker, who has alleged that his son has been falsely implicated in this case. He claims that the photograph in question does not resemble his son from any angle. That's the question of the apprehended accused. Now, fans across the entire country are breathing a sigh of relief that Saif Ali Khan is hale and hearty. He's back home. Even we are extremely elated about his recovery. But there are answers that, in fact, there are questions that remain unanswered, and there are more questions, in fact, than answers at the moment. And so what happened on the night of January 16 and what is now being shared by the authorities, that's something we'll be deep diving into in just a bit.
Face is not matching, but the face structure is totally different from the prisoner.
আপনি কেন বলছেন যে ও আপনার ছেলে না?
আমি বললাম কেন যে ওর বয়স হচ্ছে 30, ও দীর্ঘ 30 বছরে।
All right, so as far as the mystery surrounding Saif Ali Khan's attack is deepening now, and the question we are posing to our guests tonight, are there more questions than answers? Let me introduce our esteemed panelists. I'm joined in by Vishwas Pathak, the spokesperson for the Bharatiya Janata Party, Mahesh Chavan, who's a spokesperson for the NCP-SP, and Mr. Shashi Kant, who's a former IPS officer. Many thanks to you, gentlemen, for joining in. Mr. Shashi Kant, various new details have now emerged through the medical report. I want to ask you, have you personally observed any inconsistencies? Because all these 8 days, we've only been trying to probe into all these gaps in the investigation so far.
Well, ma'am, you're talking about the inconsistency that I found.
I feel that my professional view is that it's all inconsistent. Right from the first thing, when this particular guy was arrested, and his picture on the CCTV, and the guy who has been later on picked up from wherever, Prabha Devi, or some people say that he was picked up from somewhere in Chhattisgarh. Then this kind of injuries that came up. With that kind of injury, I have been a police officer for almost 40 years. I have never seen a person who has been injured so badly and who can walk absolutely well without any problems. And well, you talked of inconsistencies. I'll say this is full of holes. Water won't remain there. What is needed is, I think, a de novo investigation into the case. And understand that the earlier person who was investigating has been removed. But now there should be a fresh investigation into it, because there are so many questions. There are questions, and no answers. And this is creating lots of doubts and questions in the minds of ordinary people like me. So it's about time that the entire thing comes out, they come clean, whether it's SAF or whether it's police, whether it's doctors, everybody. Thank you, ma'am.
Vishwas Pathak, many are saying that because the lawlessness in Maharashtra, particularly in Mumbai, was being questioned, and how celebrities are being targeted, that the state government is now trying to give an entire spin to this entire investigation, and hence there was this burgeoning need to come up with the accused and arrest him ASAP. And so the Mumbai police is not even sure of the person who's been arrested.
See, we are a democratic country, and in democratic country, everybody has got right to argue, counter-argue, whatever they want, including media trial. Everything is justified. As far as this case is concerned, this accused has already been booked. He is behind the bar, and it is proved that he is a foreign national, Bangladeshi immigrant, and his driving license is also confiscated. So that is also proved.
Right.
The person on whom attack was made, he is also recovered, he is also at home. Now, police of Mumbai is considered to be next to Scotland police. They are professional, they
and
know
that's
their
why
job,
they
and they are doing their job.
I agree with you, which is why we were all surprised that 3 arrests had been made.
Let me complete.
One in Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, and then this one in Thane.
I appreciate media trial, but let me complete. See, this police, Mumbai police, is headed by a Home Minister who is none other than Mr. Devendra Fadnavis, his Chief Minister of Maharashtra. Same police have caught this culprit within 72 hours. Now, matter is going on, matter is sub judice. With this media trial, I don't think police department can keep on arguing, counter-arguing. They are doing their job.
All right.
Everything
Mahesh Chavan, I want to bring you in on this. 3 arrests made. The timeline is not adding up. The medical report and the initial claims being made by the doctor still not adding up. Nobody knows where was Saif's manager, who has in fact now been named by Saif himself in the statement, because the doctors never named him. There are certainly these gaps which have surfaced. And what's more surprising is that these 3 arrests were made by the Mumbai police, and there has been a transfer of the investigating officer. I'm sure many would say that it is part of, this is something which is a healthy practice. It is done if the authorities are not happy with the work of the investigating officer, but it also indicates a certain kind of internal conflict and internal intervention. Why this intervention?
Yes, Akanksha, definitely a lot of questions are raised. A lot of discrepancies seem to be there. Now, see, on the one hand, they are saying that the police formed 35 teams and they grabbed the accused in 3 days. And on the other hand, they are, as you said, that they have to change the investigating officer for what? This is the question. Secondly, one question to BJP in this case is, we have no doubt that Mumbai police is efficient, no doubt about it. They are one of the best in the world. But in this case, if you see, if they have formed 35 teams and grabbed the accused in 3 days, had it been a common man, would they have formed the 35 teams? had the officer like Daya Nayak been a part of the investigative team?
Fair enough.
Why? Yeah, so this is what my
And
question is for the BJP.
Actually, that's a fair question, because ever since even the opposition parties, Mahesh, have been raising this issue of how celebrities are being targeted. But are we forgetting the Badlapur incident? Are we forgetting the rape case at Bhopdev Ghat? Are we forgetting that there are the common man also which is being targeted in Maharashtra, whether it is the Sarpanch in one of the districts in Maharashtra? Vishwas, I want to bring you in. Vishwas, can you hear me?
See,
yes.
All these incidents have happened. I am not denying that. But the competence of police lies if they can book the culprit. In all the cases, culprits have been booked, action has been taken, and due course is happening. I want to ask Mr. Tapase, the spokesperson of NCP, in 2.5 years' time, during daytime, sadhus were burned and culprits were not booked. So, such instances might happen, but the important point is that whether police can book those culprits well within time. And under the leadership of Mr. Devendra Fadnavis as the Home Minister, we are booking culprits immediately and taking strong action also.
I think there is also this underlying concern that are you so burdened by the expectation to perform or to make an arrest on time that you have ended up arresting the wrong person, because that's what his father is also claiming. The CCTV footage, as we all have seen that grab, is not matching up to the face of the apprehended accused.
In any investigation, when you want to reach to the right person, you have to interrogate 100 people. It is a very common thing. See, media trial cannot understand the job of police.
No, we are not talking about
police
the media trial right now. We are talking about this man whose face, Shariful Islam, this 30-year-old man. I'm sure he is a Bangladeshi illegal immigrant, and that has been proven, and he needs to be put on trial for that. But is he the one who's committed the crime? That is the moot question right now. And you're talking about a media trial. What about the trial that he's going through?
That police will define.
Mr. Shashikant,
police will conclude. It cannot happen through media trial. It is very ridiculous.
Mr. Shashikant, I want to ask you, since our honorable BJP spokesperson over here is talking about the media trial and investigations going on, but as an experienced and a veteran from the industry, I want to ask you, for a Mumbai police which is being at the moment compared to the Scotland Yard, is it not rather strange that they have not thought it to be incumbent upon them to address a press conference? Because every time we see the accused is nabbed, whether in Delhi or Mumbai or in Uttar Pradesh, quickly there's a press conference. There's always this need to go and tom-tom and take credit, and rightly so. But I've not heard from the Mumbai police. They've in fact been extremely tight-lipped, which is what makes it so strange. Mr. Shashikant.
Yeah, there's some problem, I think, with the listening thing. Yes, I'll say that this is about the time. I will not go into the past. Now, there's so much of confusion about this case that it is about time that the Bombay police allays the confusion. They come out very clear on the thing, what exactly had happened and how the investigation had progressed, how this particular person was arrested. Like I said, as on date, it appears that the entire investigation is like a pot, which is there's nothing but holes all around. So many theories, media trial, this and that. There's utter confusion. And I know I worked with Bombay Police. Bombay Police is one of the best in the country. So I wonder why the Bombay Police is not trying to come out in open and try to remove these doubts and fears and everything, apprehensions, and retain their that kind of image that.
So, Mr. Shashikant, you do agree that Mr. Shashikant, that the Mumbai police has been extraordinarily silent, and they've been, in fact, their silence is sort of deafening.
Yes, not only silence, but it appears that the investigation has been botched up.
A small question to Mr. Shashikant.
Right. Go ahead.
Yeah, I say that yes, Bombay police should have
Small
come
question
out
to
because
Mr.
it is.
Shashikant.
Yeah.
Vishwas Pathak, please go ahead.
No, I want to ask Mr. Shashikant, with due respect, he is from Bombay Police only or Maharashtra Police. In which case, Bombay Police came out and explained everything on television. This is altogether new practice and new expectation. Bombay Police has been always known to maintain secrecy, take swift action and book the culprit. Tell me some instances where Bombay Police have come out and took press conference.
Sir, in the Bombay blast cases, I was associating with Bombay Police. I have worked with Bombay Police. I have got high regards. That's why I said that it is the best force, one of the best forces in the country. But here we are also talking about people's perception. Like I believe, I have got utmost faith in Bombay Police. But now with this kinds of doubts coming up, media trial coming up, sometimes it appears that is it correct? Because our work, we police guys who work basically, we don't just jump onto the conclusion. We collect facts. And in such a high profile case, then we go out and tell people, hey man, the police is doing good. This is the basic investigation. These facts have come up and this is going to be a further line of action. That is what restores the faith of people in any police system. And this is where Bombay Police has been failing consistently. Thank you.
All right. I want to bring Mr. Chavan in. Mr. Chavan, especially when it comes to the opposition being attacked right now with regards to this case, I want to bring in what Nitesh Rane had to say. He's gone on to question how there's only been selective brouhaha, especially when it comes to attacks targeting Muslim actors, whether it is the firing outside Salman Khan's residence or this attack at Saif Ali or Shah Rukh Khan's son, and that the likes of the Congress or even the NCP SP are more concerned about what's happening say to a Nawab Malik.
Okay, see, when they want to divert the topic, such leaders like Nitish Rane, they come in and they give statements. They try to make it Bangladeshi national or Hindu or Muslim, whatnot. Now, we have been raising the law and order situation issues from last many days. For example, for that matter, may be it, firing on Salman Khan's house or Baba Siddiqui's murder or Shiv Sena UBT leader Abhishek Gosalkar murder. He was not a Muslim. NCP Ajit Pawar leader Sachin Kurmi's murder. He was not a Muslim. Then BJP's Ganpat Gaikwad firing on Shinde Sena's Mahesh Gaikwad, that too inside the police station. He was not a Muslim. Badlapur molestation case, that victim was not a Muslim. And the accused, encounter of that accused. You know what the High Court has said now in last 2 days about the encounter. So Sarpanch, for that matter, what you mentioned just now is about Sarpanch Santosh Deshmukh of Bid. Yes, he's murdered. Then hit and run cases in Pune and Mumbai. So all these cases are to do with Muslims. This is what the BJP is trying to say.
I'm going to ask that I'm going to in fact pose that to Vishwas Pathak as well. Mr. Pathak, how do you respond to that?
So where is the question of Hindu or Muslim? Whosoever is culprit, he has to be booked.
No, but that is what Nitesh Rane was saying. That is what Nitesh Rane was saying, that so far Bangladeshi refugees were limited to crossings on the road. Now they are entering the homes of these celebrities, and Goody entered the house of Saif, and such garbage should be taken out of the country. How can you make such remarks?
See, Bangladeshis, immigrants, illegal immigrants is a different issue.
Right.
As far as culprit is concerned, he has no religion, no caste.
True.
Police will take its own course. They will book the culprit and take action.
But your own ally partners, member Mr. Sanjay Nirupam himself has questioned the condition of the actor. That Sanjay Nirupam was the one who brought it first to the forefront. That how is Saif Ali?
Again, I am reiterating.
So, are you also saying that you do not agree with members of your own party or members of your own ally partners from the Mahayuti? Say Sanjay Nirupam was the first one to say.
All I am saying...
He was the one who highlighted that 3 arrests were made in separate... No, it's not about being democratic. Then by that merit, even a media trial is democratic enough. Then don't attack media for running a trial. There are questions that are unanswered.
I respect the media
there
trial
are questions that are unanswered. He's a celebrity. There are fans who want to know what happened exactly on the night of 16 January.
They will take their own action.
But Mr. Vishwas Pathak, I want to ask, how do you respond when a Sanjay... No, so do you agree with what Sanjay Nirupam is saying? That there are facts which are not adding up?
I will fully back up police. I have full faith in police. If there are 100 and odd kind of opinions, ultimately we have to rely on official channel, that is Mumbai Police, headed by Home Minister, who is Chief Minister, and anybody else can keep on talking. Nobody can stop that. It's a democratic country.
All right, Mr. Shashikant, I'd like to take your closing thoughts. As somebody who's been a former IPS officer, how do you think the trajectory of this investigation should now move forward, and what will finally lay all suspicions to rest as far as all these discrepancies are concerned?
Look, sooner or later, the police forces always they reach a right conclusion, they nab the right persons. But in the meantime, what happens, like it is happening in this case of Bombay Police, unfortunately, their wonderful image, there is a big question mark. Some people are raising a big question mark in front of their undoubted, I said that's the best police force. There cannot be any doubt about that. But now people are raising questions. It is not about the time that we try to salvage the reputation of the Bombay Police.
No, but it's not just about the reputation of the Bombay Police. Yes. For once, I think the person who's also been arrested deserves to have the benefit of doubt if his father's claiming, and the image is solely what I'm going by. The two images are not tallying. So should we or should we not give that man, who perhaps according to his father and the defense lawyer is being falsely implicated, something that the lawyer has vehemently maintained? He's also raised certain questions which are not adding up. So yes, Mr. Shashikant, I want to know from you, do you not think that that man also deserves the benefit of doubt?
Certainly, everyone deserves benefit of doubt till such time it's not true. That's why I say that it is about time. If this kind of theories go on, this person will, if he is the real culprit, he might get acquitted.
All right. I'm sure when the time arrives, the Mumbai police will also share those details of the investigation. And I do hope, sincerely hope, that that happens as soon as possible. Many thanks to you, gentlemen, for joining in and for so patiently participating in this discussion. And with that, it's a quick wrap from my end. Thank you so much for watching The Hard Facts.
Presented by
He has now weighed in on the ongoing debate over the H-1B foreign guest workers visa, saying that he preferred both sides of the argument, while also noting that he liked very competent people coming to our country, is what he said. He signed an executive order that targets multiple immigration laws, including the long-standing principle of birthright citizenship. Now, this move has sparked intense debate and is expected to face legal challenges. At the heart of the controversy is the 14th Amendment of the US Constitution, which grants citizenship to all individuals born in the United States. However, Trump's executive order seeks to reinterpret this amendment. It asserts that children born to undocumented parents are not entitled to automatic citizenship. Meanwhile, 22 Democratic-ruled states on Tuesday have taken legal action against the executive order aimed to end a century-old immigration practice. Listen in to what the US president has to say.
I like both sides of the argument, but I also like very competent people coming into our country, even if that involves them training and helping other people that may not have the qualifications they do. But I don't want to stop. And I'm not just talking about engineers. I'm talking about people at all levels. We want competent people coming into our country. And HB1, I know the program very well. I use the program. maitre d's, wine, experts, even waiters, high quality waiters.
That it's another important question where it's hard to give you an answer because of the uncertainty of what Trump is going to do on any given point. There's no doubt when we consider the problem of illegal immigration that the problem is severe and needs to be fixed. And Trump's position on that is very popular. What people don't talk about enough is the legal immigration system, which is hopelessly gridlocked. It's very politically difficult to change. My own view is that we should welcome additional immigrants. It's a source of strength for the United States. The visa program is a way to bring people in. They may decide to return to their home country. They may decide to apply for citizenship in the United States. But I think it's a very positive program for the United States. And at some point, we need to find the political will to allow more legal immigration. It's a question of I think the long-range future for the country. It's just important for any sovereign state to say we're going to do it in an orderly fashion, and we're certainly not doing that now.
All right, Siddharth Mishra joins me live on the broadcast. Siddharth, I think at the heart of this entire move is also one moot question. Is Donald Trump now equating illegal immigrants in the United States with the legal ones? And what is this